Akane Nishino takes a shower when she gets up in the morning. She then gets ready for school, where she is taken to by a personal driver. She is greeted by the majority of the students there, but she also sees Kagen, whom she despises. He greets her back, but he refers to her as Nishimura. She lets Kajino know that her name isn't Nishimura, and Kajino apologizes, expressing he was very great at recollecting named NPC, however of late haven't got a lot of rest, and calls her Nishitani. She corrects him, revealing her real name. But Kagen makes a second error and calls her Nishimura as he walks away. Akane takes note of that. She doesn't disdain him for misunderstanding her name, however for never taking a gander at her, and in any event, when his eyes are confronting her heading, they is by all accounts seeing someplace distant spot. Due to a scandal, Akane had to withdraw from the entertainment industry when she was in middle school. She has been hiding behind a mask ever since. She plays the goody two-shoes so the educators like her, and plays the famous young lady, so understudies like her, and is extremely mindful so as to ensure nobody can't stand her. She calls her driver after school, but he doesn't answer because some men attacked him. Akane must walk home for the first time since the incident in middle school because he did not arrive to pick her up. She is kidnapped by the men who beat the driver while she is on her way. While she passes out, she sees Kajino drawing nearer. Akane wakes up later tied in a warehouse. She hears from the kidnapper that Nishino Zaibatsu's daughter shouldn't walk alone at night. She is told by the other kidnapper that she only needs to remain there and that she will be freed once the ransom is paid. Outside, Kajino notices the criminal and changes garments and puts on a cover. The kidnapper notes that this should be Akane's second kidnapping, and that the first one was by a stalker. He or she wants to have some fun with her. After that, Kagen appears from the roof window and declares that he is a stylish ruffian slayer. The ruffian takes out a firearm, yet Kajino tosses a piece of glass, harming his arm and incapacitating him. After that, he charges the man, knocks him to the ground, smashes his face. And then when the other kidnapper realizes that Kagen is not your typical man, he claims that doing kidnappings with amateurs bores him. He pulls out a knife and attacks Kagen, noting that he served in the military previously. Kagen manages to disarm the man with crowbars, but he still gets overwhelmed. After that, he decides to get serious and shows him the potential in crowbars, which he discovered while fighting bikers. The man then, at that point, acknowledges he is Balaclava Berserker, a man who has been battling the bikers with crowbars. Kagen says that the bikers started wearing helmets, so he had to use regular clubs instead of crowbars like Tonfa. The man is then beaten and his leg is broken as Kagen continues. After that, Kagen gives Akane her freedom and tells her to be more careful the next time. After that, Akane contacts the police, and her father makes use of his connections to prevent the case from becoming public. Akane goes to school the next day. When she sees Kagen, she says hello, and he does the same, calling her Nishino. She is prepared to correct him, but this time she feels as though he is looking at her and realizes he mispronounced her name. She then had the impression that he also led a double life. The following morning, the news reported that Minoru Kagen had been struck by a truck and died. Although Kagen cannot recall when, he has always desired to be a hero. He trained during the day and served as a background character at school. He's gotten to the point where he can beat some guys, but when he's surrounded by armed men, he can't. He might be able to defeat those men if he becomes the best martial artist in the world, but he won't be able to stop a missile. Kagen wants to get past those restrictions. Kagen is reincarnated in a brand new world after being struck by a truck. He creates an organization, and he and his team are about to launch an operation. Additionally, he had acquired magic, a new power. Kajino needs to be the person who works from the shadows, showing everybody their internal strength and significance profound inside themselves. as the one genuine greatness in shadow that he would never accomplish in his past life in our reality.